Hi art teachers, it's Amy. I have a lesson that works well for 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders. Takes about 5 times. And I call it People in Motion. You can see that the person on there is the same person 3 times. And here you've got another student sample. And another student sample. This one's an athlete, more a football player. This lesson is based on the art of an artist named Miriam Schapiro. Miriam Schapiro painted a lot of artworks in the 1980s of people in motion. This painting is called I'm Dancing as Fast as I Can. This would be a good anticipatory set by Miriam Schapiro. Miriam liked to explore new ideas in art. She kept trying new things. In the 1980s, she created several paintings that have people moving and dancing with lots of color, pattern, energy, action. Some artists, like Miriam, like to show people moving, like dancing, running, throwing, kicking, jumping. When artists start an artwork like that, they start with a gesture drawing. So teachers, the very first day of class, first here's another Miriam here. This one is called Dance for Two. And you can see all of the dance. Notice that we're going to get a person moving, but we're also going to want to make the background interesting. Just like you make your background and your artwork in layers, when students do that, their artwork's going to be more interesting too. This original sample has interesting background. Okay, on day 1, we want to get them used to not drawing just the outside edge of a person, but actually drawing gestures. So we take turns modeling. This one on the left is really an advanced one, but most students will get this spiral type of look. So we model it, about 8 of us, eight kids, and draw gestures with people moving. And then we'll come in, like on the next day usually, and get another piece of copy paper and pick one of these actions that we liked the best and make it bigger. They shouldn't make it too dark though, because they're going to turn it into a person. Then I give them pictures of people's faces that I think are interesting for them to get ideas from, and pictures of people dancing or doing sports that they can get ideas from, so that they can take this spiral person and turn it into an actual drawing. So they're going to come along and have something like this pretty soon. So they've got their spiral there, and then they've added and made a person out of it. Okay, so now we're going to start working on the background. And we want it to be interesting, so we're going to make crayon rubbings. So we've got a 12 by 18. We have crayons that have been peeled, and this is a rectangle, but I don't want to see the whole rectangle. I just want a little hint of things here. A lot of you may have these texture plates. So the texture goes below and the peeled crayon above until you come up with a whole page of textures. And you can see it again on this one. See how this one had some interesting things that we did rubbings of on there. Okay, so then you've got your whole page of textures, which this one's not finished, but you'll take your drawing and take a piece of carbon paper. I ordered this online from Amazon, and it's graphite paper. You can use these until they won't work anymore. You can use them over and over again, but it's like old carbon paper. So you take your carbon, put the dark side down, put your person on top, and just trace over with a pencil until you get it transferred. So then you're going to have something that looks like this, except this one has also had some of the crayon done too. So you've got these people on here 3 times. It's kind of interesting to have them, you know, jumping or twirling, and they can go off the sides of the page just fine. And then you just start coloring them with regular crayons. And you color pretty dark, however they want to do it. Get it nice and dark. When it's all finished with the crayon stage, then you're ready to add some watercolor. And this one has had watercolor on it as well. We use usually liquid watercolor. You can kind of see the similarity here with the different patterns. So these are bottles of liquid watercolor, but you can also use the pan watercolors. And I tell the kids just to kind of lay blobs of color in. We'll have plates of these on the table, different colors. And to lay the blobs of color in and not rub them together too much, not make them too muddy. We want it to be interesting and not brown, the whole thing brown. And then those rubbings that you did initially, they're going to start pulling up. You're going to really start to see them more and more. And so we don't ever transfer and use carbon on other people's art. But if it's your own drawing, and this is their own drawing, then it's fine to copy your art more than one time. Another idea for learning, tell them that this is mixed media, that they're using a lot of different supplies on this. A lot of the elements of design and principles of design are easy to see in this artwork. And when they get finished, they've got a really interesting person that they have maneuvered how they want to on their paper. And I hope you enjoy making people in motion with your students. Thank you.